Hey, shalom, shalom. And before I get started, as always, I want to say call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, and double honors be unto our apostles and the elder bishops, that great millstone that rule well and that teach well, and that taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And peace and blessings be unto the elect, men, women, and children, those of you who truly believe on the names Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and they're standing firm through faith, okay, here in these latter days. All right, peace and shalom be unto you. Okay, and so brother Yakal, all right, coming back at you with another Hebrew word of the week. Lord's will to edify the lambs, the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And this is going to be, as you can see, referencing Psalms, 49 and 11. Okay, going into how basically Esau, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, basically his inward thought is that his houses is going to continue forever. All right. And I want to get the Hebrew word for inward. Okay. Which is Qarab. Qarab. Okay. Which means your inner part. Okay. A seat of thought and emotion. That's faculty of thought and emotion. So basically, their mind. All right. Because in their mind, America is just going to continue to keep on going and flourishing. All right. Their rulership is just going to continue and never end. All right. But as it is written, Esau is the end of the world. Okay. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. And once again, Esau, Edom, represents the so-called white man and his race. Okay. And Jacob represents you Israelites. All right. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay. Beginning with you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American Indian. Okay. You make up the 12 tribes. All right. And without further ado, I want to read this precept. And I'm going to get that meaning of inward again. And I'm going to close out. And once again, Lord will it be edifying. Okay. This is Psalms 49 and 11. And it reads, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Right. And once again, this is in the mind of Esau Edom. His inward thought, man. This is what they're thinking. Okay. That they're going to continue to have control over the whole earth and be the hammer of the earth. But nah, the Lord is getting ready to stop that, man. Okay, because when the Lord come back, he's not coming to send peace on earth. All right, he's coming back with the sword, man, with destruction. All right, that's what that sword represents. Okay, and we've been seeing different, chariot sightings. Okay, the Lord showing us different signs of heaven. All right, which shows you, we're at the end. All right, that's part of the Lord visiting this place. Okay, before his official visit comes. Okay, which is going to be known as the day of the Lord. All right, but these devils think they're just going to, bypass prophecy, man. All right, and continue to rule the planet Earth in wickedness. Okay, but according to prophecy, okay, you devils are going to be taken down. All right, you have to be removed out of the way. Okay, so the planet Earth can be ruled in righteousness through the elect. All right, through the members of the elect, man, through that remnant. All right, that the Lord is going to come back and have mercy upon in these times. Okay, so once again, this is their inward thought, is that their houses shall continue forever, right? So the elite bankers think they're gonna, basically once this destruction happens, they think they're just gonna go in the holes or the rocks, their bunkers, which they are, okay, and hide like a little Mitch, but they think they're just gonna come out and return and build the desolate places. But nah, that's not so, man. All right, Lord willing, I be of the elect. Okay, but we're going to pull you out of the holes or the rocks. And that's going to be the beginning to your end. All right. That's going to be your beginning of 1,000 years of slavery. All right. And after 1,000 years of slavery, pursuant to the book of Obadiah, all right, we're going to gather you Edomites up. All right. In a pit and burn you, man. Okay. And there's going to be no more remainder, Salakia, of the house of Esau, man. All right. So you devils are going to receive your punishment. There's no way you're going to escape off in the sunset with all the wickedness that you have done. There's no way your rulership will continue, okay, without you paying, man. Okay. So once again, this is their inward thought, is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. Right? What's that? Isaiah 14:21. Okay, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of your forefathers, man. All right, so you ain't gonna continue to build. All right, you're building now, but once this destruction happens, it's over with for you. And that's what we're looking forward to, man, that destruction. Okay, the new heaven, the new earth. All right, because we see your kingdom falling. All right, we see what's going on over there in the Middle East, man. All right, the least of the flock is drawing the U.S. government out. Okay, we see what's going on, man. Just like prophecy said would happen. All right, which is showing that which is showing that your houses is not going to continue forever. All right, like you think. It's not going to go as you plan. All right. You're not going to be able to once again go hide in the holes of the rocks and then come out and rebuild. Okay? It's not going to work like that. Because that's what's in your mind. Okay, you elites, you bankers. All right? And it says they called their lands after their own names. Right? You got fucking Roosevelt Boulevard, Theodore Road. And I'm just, few examples. But let's talk about you Edomites, man. Okay? But your time is up, E. Okay? You done ruled for too long in wickedness, man. All right? Now it's time for Jacob to win. All right? Forever. All right? The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and rule forever, ever, and ever. And, I pray and hope that you brothers and you few sisters were edified. And once again, my Hebrew word of the week is Qarab, okay, which means inner man, all right, the inner part, all right. And like I say, I pray and hope you brothers and few sisters were edified, man. And until next time, abad babal and quam to the elect of Yasharallah. Shalom.